is also a business perspective for these people, right?
Yes.
They have to make a living. They have to be paid for what they're doing. Basically, we gotta find niches in the market, right?
Yes. They produce a very high quality product for which they should be paid. If you go into an expensive food shop in London, for example, you'll see food from all over the world.
Yeah.
Some of it produced on small farms, and there's no reason why people in Romania shouldn't be part of this process. At the moment, they produce food for themselves and their families, and they live very well. But now we're trying to show that they can sell that food and have some spare cash to buy other things. And that is important. For years, these people bartered. Now they have to live in a cash economy, and we want them to benefit from this. And then save the wildlife as well.
Good, good. When did you come to Transylvania?
First came in 2000, and I've been coming back every summer, and also a little bit in the winter. But
not
I love
living
it
here.
I'm not living here yet, no.
Yeah.
I'd love to live here, but...
it's pretty hard for a PhD in Cambridge, isn't it?
Well, it would be a different life, but no, I love Romania, and if I can help a little bit to save its remarkable plants and animals, I'll do my best.
Oh. Well, I think that would be it.
Okay.
You got some more questions, maybe?
What is the unique characteristic of Romanian or Transylvanian landscape?
I think Transylvania is dominated by the Carpathians, and the Carpathians are the most important group of mountains left in Europe, because it is Europe as it was, and there are communities from Poland right down to Romania and into Bulgaria, farming communities that live a traditional life with rich wildlife, and they're important. They represent a living link with history in the past, which I think is important. It's very vital in the modern world to have cultural links. They can provide a good living for people, and they also represent a store for the future, because there are many plants here and old-fashioned races of, for example, chickens. The fact that Transylvanian bare-necked fowl is a distinctive chicken you see here, and these must be saved for the future.
Yeah.
But Transylvania is remarkable because it's still very, well, southern Transylvania and a few other areas as well are still very wild, but they're not high mountain. This is lowland. This is what Europe used to be like from Spain to the Urals. There were communities like this. So we've lost most of them. And to an Englishman it's fun because it reminds me of what England used to be like long before I was born. If you read the English writers of the 18th century, they describe something not unlike this, but with different architecture.
Yeah,
exactly.
We share a religion with the Saxons. We're Protestants in England. We're racially rather similar. We're Anglo-Saxons. I think this place is attractive to English people because it's something that we've lost. And if we did lose Transylvania, if it became a sort of green desert like England, Europe will have lost something very, very important. Somebody describes this area as the beating heart of Europe, and I think that's very true. We mustn't lose it. We must protect it.
And what are the main dangers of
well, the main dangers really are
landscape?
too much modernisation, agrochemicals, this sort of thing, too much building, new big roads on a large scale, new housing, this sort of thing. I think that's unlikely, but agricultural intensification is happening, and it could, if you put fertiliser on these wonderful wildflower meadows, and I'm sorry that we're too late in the year to see them, although the autumn crocuses are magnificent. You put fertiliser on that, you will lose that carpet of flowers within a year. It's as simple as that. The other thing is that as young people move to cities, farms come out of cultivation and scrub moves into the grasslands. Some scrub is good, but you don't want too much.
Yeah, too much is dangerous. This is the idea.
But luckily the local people here are still clearing and burning scrub. So, and it's nice, we're paying...
There is a threat from within, you're saying?
Oh, there is, yes. Either too much improvement or too little work being done. And there is a danger there. And it's important that we educate, especially the young people here, to explain why all these things are happening and why their area is important. But I hope they never lose it. It's too...
There's also a problem with the overgrazing.
Well, yes, there's too many sheep now, I think. There was always sheep and cattle here. And
Because it's obviously more than before.
yes, there are many more sheep, and they're also letting the sheep into the hay meadows, which is a disaster. And one of the farmers in Viskri said to me, now everywhere there are sheep, and we've lost the old way of managing grasslands. So we need to educate people about this, that they mustn't have too many sheep. And certainly must keep the hay meadow and the pasture separate, which is a Romanian tradition.
But how will you convince a peasant to have less sheep? Because that's his business, basically.
Well, yes. I mean, this all has to be worked out with the county agricultural advisors, and it's sort of beyond our capabilities, I suppose.
And they have to
It's not so much peasants, really. It's I think, rather rich people coming in from the cities.
Right, you're right.
But people who have lots of sheep are outsiders who come in. Local people here mostly have 5 or 10, 20 sheep.
True.
They're quite happy. That's all they need. The big sheep farmers here are outsiders, so far as I can make out. And I was disappointed. I saw a big herd of sheep near here a couple of years ago, and they looked in very poor condition. You'd never see that in the villages. These people, one of the things I like about them, the village people here, is they look after their animals. Cows, sheep, cats, dogs, all in good condition. And this big sheep farmer